Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's reading. There is really some intense energy going on, and I feel like this is partly because so many planets are going direct, like from now up until April 15th. I don't think there's anything in retrograde, so this is a time for massive shifts to occur. Things that had felt stagnant before is going to go flying forward and on fast forward right now during this time. And I really feel like the collective is transmuting and purging old energies like crazy. There's a massive sense of awakening happening here. There are big realizations coming to fruition in order to support long-awaited movement. So I felt like this reading really needed to come through, and it's so overwhelming, to be honest, because part of me doesn't even know where to start. I'm being drawn to like all kinds of different decks and everything to channel these messages. So I'm just going to be really instinctive with this. Wherever my guides direct me, this reading might be a little bit all over the place, but that's okay. It's meant to be. And do keep in mind that this is a collective general reading. I channel all kinds of random and specific messages for very specific people or groups of people from time to time. So always tune back into your intuition in order to know which messages are for you and which messages may be for others. So while I acclimate to this energy and begin shuffling the cards, you all can feel free to set your own intentions for this reading, either in your mind, out loud, or in the comments, however it feels good to you. And we will begin. The Romance Angels is the first deck that I'm using. Spirit, what messages can I channel for the collective who will be drawn to this video? What do they need to know? Let go of control issues. I feel a strong divine feminine energy with this card. I feel like there is a divine feminine who kind of sways back and forth between being in this beautiful Zen surrendered energy, something that she is really not used to, but that is a byproduct of how much she has ascended and learned over this time. I feel like she has truly released her grip in the sense that she knows and she trusts her intuition and has learned to differentiate between that and her fears. However, I do feel like at certain points, the same divine feminine often struggles to listen to her own inner voice because I'm hearing this divine feminine step in to say, like, paranoia takes over. And that makes a lot of sense because this journey has a lot of unknown. You are paving a path that has not been walked yet by anyone in the generations that have preceded yours, divine feminine. You are truly taking the lead in healing and transmuting the low vibrational energies, breaking generational curses. You are uplifting the vibration of this planet by your ascension, and that is no small task. And because this is still new to you also, it's very understandable that from time to time you will feel this uncertainty, you will question your intuition. But notice that the frequency has definitely changed as far as that happening. You are not questioning your intuition as much as you used to. You are moving on from the old version of yourself. And notice all the water in this picture, this illustration here, symbolic of the emotions, and the sand being symbolic of the intuition from the heart space. And learning to balance and divide, draw the line between these two. That is what you have come so far in doing, beautiful divine feminine. As you ascend and as you awaken to your own inner voice, so is your masculine awakening and ascending to what he had not realized before, to what he had been blind to before, especially when it comes to how his past has shaped him. Now I'm being drawn to the energy oracle cards. This is truly a big deal. It is a big thing that is happening for you in this connection, for both of you, because this preparation for union is no small task. You and your divine masculine are truly transforming. In my third eye, I can see a butterfly like breaking out of the cocoon, transforming from the caterpillar phase. Here we have the goddess of the moon card, which is my ultimate ascended, awakened, divine feminine card in this deck. You have truly reached this beautiful Zen energy, and you are guided to not be so hard on yourself when you do feel those fears creeping back up onto you. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician and the Mirror. This energy is very heavily mirrored between you and your counterpart. Whatever you are struggling with, whatever you are ascending and awakening to, so is your counterpart. You are being asked to simply trust. And that is what you have really come so far on, beautiful divine feminine. This has not been an easy journey by any means for you. We have the third chakra, which is the solar plexus chakra. And this is very interesting because the divine masculine typically tends to rule over the lower chakra centers, such as the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus. And the divine feminine tends to rule over the higher chakra centers, the heart space, the throat chakra, third eye, and crown. And do keep in mind, you guys, that I am only reading energies in these readings. So what I am describing could apply to your own internal masculine and feminine energies, as well as an external or an externally incarnated masculine or feminine. It could apply both ways, or it could apply one of the two ways. So do keep that in mind and take it as it resonates for you. So the solar plexus chakra is strengthening for both counterparts, and it is the midway chakra. The man holding a coin here is the divine masculine strengthening his solar plexus chakra to find the confidence, to find his own worth and value once again, to take the steps necessary in order to break free of any old addictive patterns, any old karmic patterns. The man holding a coin for me can also symbolize a divine masculine who had, either addictions or other karmic patterns that were distractions or ways for him to suppress what he needed to heal and address within himself. I feel that, oh my goodness, how synchronistic. I feel that divine feminine, these karmic patterns may have been one of the reasons why the 3D physical disconnect had to happen. It's part of what you feel like you were pushed into doing by the higher powers, because I don't feel a willing energy here. I feel like when this masculine was engaging with those karmic patterns, whether they were addictions or an incarnated person, or a situation, I feel that you had to choose yourself and you were forced to disconnect and move on so that both of you individually could once again find your balance. The connection otherwise was very out of balance, and you were not getting the treatment nor the commitment from this masculine to the connection that you were desiring, that you were hoping for, and for some, maybe that you were even promised. So you feel like you had to walk away. You were pushed to walk away. You would never have done that by yourself. And that is what has led you to feel restricted with a heavy heart. I truly feel heaviness in the heart chakra center when I channel that energy. And it's this feeling of there's so much that I can do, but it feels useless until the masculine makes this change. And for those of you for whom it's resonating for your own internal balance of masculine and feminine energies, this could very well be speaking about you stepping into your own masculine power within yourself by setting boundaries and demanding the respect that you deserve from those around you, and not letting your boundaries be crossed or pushed. Really balancing out that masculine energy within yourself that maybe when you were lacking that made you feel really restricted and kind of out of control of your own experiences. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles. So even though the forward movement has been slow, it definitely has been steady, and there is longevity to this movement. I truly feel that what had, seemed like years is finally going to be coming to light for you in the 3D as to why it had to take this long. As you realize what has been happening for you on an internal level, you will realize why the weight had to be the way that it was, and why the internal balance of these energies, both within yourself and the external balance of these energies between you and an incarnated divine masculine or feminine, had to balance out the way that it did. Here we have the High Priestess. This is a massive awakening of the collective intuition, of your own internal intuition. The High Priestess is very similar to the Goddess of the Moon card in this context for this reading. This is speaking of ascended downloads that you have received in your light body, and that you will continue to receive on this journey even post-union, because you are being prepared to lift the vibration of this planet, and in order to do so, your energy body must continue to expand. The ascension process is not only up until union, it's something that continues far beyond that. It's something that ignites your own spiritual gifts as well. What other messages do we need to know, Spirit? The Chariot. There are so many internal obstacles being overcome during this time. You cannot even imagine. You have the number 5 and the number 2 here as this 7 card. As the number 7 in this major arcana, number 7 for luck, 5 for big positive changes, and 2 for balance. All of these things are happening for you all at once, and the energy is indeed quite deep and overwhelming. We have the Ace of Pentacles. In order to prepare for this new beginning, there's so much that has to be swept out from under the rug, is what I'm being shown here. There is so much that has to be cleared out to make way for the new aligned version of yourself that is emerging from this cocoon, from this shell that perhaps you had forgotten was in there. Maybe you had not accessed this part of yourself either for years or at all within this lifetime. For some of you, you had to suppress those parts of yourself due to your upbringing, due to the circumstances or the situations that you were being surrounded with. Your youthful energy that was carefree and high vibrational had to be suppressed. You had to kind of do everything from an alone perspective because you were feeling isolated. You were feeling like you had to just, you were the only one that had your back. And for many masculines, this was the case, where this is part of what caused them to close off their heart chakra. They know they are missing a cup here in this 9 of Cups card, but they weren't feeling confident enough to get that missing cup. For some, they didn't feel deserving of it. For others, they were not trusting. They felt that they would get hurt again. For others, their heart chakra was so closed that they felt they didn't need it. So many insecurities and past wounds were contributing to this desire, or this, it wasn't a desire, it was like a need for self-preservation purposes to stay in that solo dolo energy that now they're breaking free from. And this Page of Cups, we see an offer coming in here, and we see it in a very childlike, innocent page energy, where I feel like some masculines, after they go through this rebirth, will truly access their inner child and operate from that for quite some time before they learn to tap into the new, reborn, more mature version of themselves. We have the 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. For many masculines, there had actually been abuse happening in their karmic situations, regardless of what it was. And for some, they were allowing it because they didn't recognize it as such. And this caused a lot of damage to their mental and emotional health. I do feel like many masculines have been wanting to take action for quite some time, but have been unable to because of the effects that their recent past experiences have had on their mental and emotional well-being. They didn't feel like they could be fully present and provide the feminine with what she needed, what she deserved, what she would ask for. And this collective of masculines in the past had decided to just keep to themselves until they could get themselves sorted out. And that was part of what was causing these perceived delays. But these perceived delays were actually periods of healing that was allowing this masculine to learn how to handle not only his own emotions, but the emotions of others, a skill which I truly feel like these masculines lacked. They needed to learn how to cope with other people's emotions if other people got emotional, such as the divine feminine. I do get the sense that many masculines might have felt overwhelmed. They would have shut down emotionally. They might have turned away because it was just too much to handle at the time. But this King of Cups energy really shows that this masculine not only knows how to carry his cup, but in case somebody else fills it for him, he knows how to handle it so he doesn't spill or drop it. It is an energy of being very emotionally available, and not getting confused. Not getting confused when other people's emotionality presents itself. You know, knowing how to handle that and bring balance back to the situation. Any other messages, Spirit? Oh, yep, bringing balance back to the situation, bringing in that equal give and take that, you know, you and your masculine both desire. And if it's resonating for the masculine energy within yourself, it's making sure that you're not giving so much of yourself that you are left empty, or that you're not giving enough and the people around you are left feeling like you are only breadcrumbing them. You know, it is about learning to honor your boundaries and learning to break wide open your heart chakra in order to fully allow unconditional love in and to flow outwards from you as well. This has been a massive period of self-discovery, and some major breakthroughs in self-discovery are also happening. These planetary movements have a lot to do with that. I'm going to see what other messages I can channel for the collective using the other deck. And I'm so sorry, I don't know why I keep getting this extremely strong urge to yawn. It's driving me crazy because it seems to come in right as I'm in the middle of speaking. What other messages do we need to know? So while the feminine is releasing her control issues, her desire to, you know, keep a firm grasp or tabs on the situation, I see that the masculines are feeling and are being divinely pushed even more towards this deepening sense of intimacy with their divine feminine, with their counterpart. There is truly a very big sense of a deepening of intimacy between counterparts right now. It is something that is energetically also being supported by the higher powers, by the universe. This is actively happening here. Look at this, you guys. Big realizations. You cannot make this stuff up. Both counterparts, like we said, have been on this enlightenment journey that they weren't even fully aware of that they were on. And the realizations that they're having are life-changing because it's pulling them closer together. It's deepening this intimacy that they share in the 5D, in the 3D realm. There are some big offers about to come in here. Some big movements are about to be made as the collective masculine and feminine continue to face and heal their shadow selves. They are making way for the healthy union that both parties had been dreaming of for such a long time. Any other messages, Spirit? cannot make this stuff up, guys. King of Cups again. Seven of Wands is determination. This is speaking of the divine masculine's determination to fight through all of those karmic patterns, those past addictions, in order to be what the divine feminine deserves, because Spirit is not allowing this masculine to not acknowledge what he feels for his divine feminine. This is literally something that he has to acknowledge. This reconciliation is being shown as something that absolutely has to happen. It is the end of the karmic cycles. The Queen of Pentacles in this situation is coming out with a similar energy as the woman holding a coin card in the Energy Oracles deck, which is the karmic feminine card. And this phase is over. Literally dead. You don't get deader than the Ten of Swords, except maybe the Death card, but I think they're both kind of like equal in their deathiness. So there is so much happening behind the scenes and beneath the surface. I feel like a lot of masculines are actually opening up more and more to people that they trust. Some may even be seeking counseling for, you know, the issues that they've had to face in their karmic situations, and realizing the extent of what they were going through and what they had tolerated, and probably feeling a sense of shock, because that sense of shock is what is going to give them the urgency necessary to close that door, to close that karmic chapter for good. And what did I say, guys? Come forward with an offer, a big, big offer that is going to have a big emotional impact for their true divine feminine. They're working hard on themselves. They're truly working hard on themselves. They're working hard at, you know, their careers, and they're also working hard on themselves. And both are very important and beautiful energies to be in. This is where the shifts start to take place. This is where you start to see them. The shifts are already taking place within the individuals. The shifts in the 5D are taking place. But this is where we start to see things happen. Page of Swords. They don't know how they're going to do what they want to do, but they just know they're going to do it. And this is a very impulsive energy. This shows us that it's going to happen whether or not the masculine even feels prepared for it. I'm hearing Spirit say they're going to be shoved into it. And that's truly what that energy feels like. It feels like they're going to be shoved into their wish fulfillment. They have so much heaviness to process through that it's like Spirit knows that it would be really difficult for them to overcome the internal obstacles and take control. I love how my cards speak with me. That's so beautiful. It's going to be really hard for them to move forward and take that control by themselves. They need that divine help. So the divine is 100% there, helping this masculine take the necessary steps to come into full control of his own life, to choose himself, and in turn choose his true divine feminine, and permanently close the door on karmic cycles. Mirrored energy again. Once again, you guys, this King of Pentacles, or this Knight of Pentacles card came out in the previous spread. Slow but steady, because this has longevity. This is their movement. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Their true divine feminine, you guys. Their true abundance. All of the planets being direct at this time is no coincidence. Everything has a season. All of this tumultuous past that you have endured in waiting for your divine masculine, this period of waiting was actually a major pivotal turning point in both of your lives. And like I've always said, you can even go back and watch my previous readings and you'll hear me say this: hindsight is 2020. When these things unfold in a way that you're able to see it, you'll know why things didn't happen on your timeline, but they happened in the timeline of the divine. There's always that major reason. Learn to trust the process. Just trust the process. Beautiful divine feminine, stay in that Zen energy as much as you can. You should be so incredibly proud of yourself for all that you have accomplished. Let's see, I want to channel a couple of love messages from the masculine to the feminine to close out this reading. This is like intense energy, you guys. Maybe that's why I'm yawning so much, because it literally exhausts my body when that much energy with that intensity goes through me. Oh, too many cards. You've been right about so much. Just like we saw, right? Massive realizations happening. Imminent movement. Haven't I been saying that? What are you doing today or later today? Like literally this could happen at any time. When the Page of Swords came out, we saw that we heard Spirit was saying that he was going to be shoved into movement. Absolutely. That's what it looks like, because this is a very sudden energy. I will listen to you from now on, because I see the truth of what you'd been telling me that I had been blind to in the past. And I'm learning to listen to your voice as well as that of my own intuition. Bottom of the deck, it doesn't feel right being apart from you. Absolutely not. This masculine knows you are his other half, beautiful divine feminine. There is no doubt in that whatsoever. You'll believe me when it happens. And when it does, let me know in the comments so I can celebrate with you. That will bring me so much joy. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here today. This was an overwhelming reading just for me energetically because of the weight of what was coming through. But I do hope that you all benefit from this reading. You get what you need out of it. Please let me know in the comments what resonated, what you took away from it. Claim this energy, affirm this energy. It is coming in for you. Absolutely, it is. Union is mine. That is your affirmation for this reading. Comment it down below. Union is mine. Claim it. Comment it. It is yours. It is coming. It is coming. I love you guys so much. Thank you again for spending time with me. I have my 2 other platforms, TikTok and Instagram, linked in the video description box below. Those are my only other accounts. Anyone else, anything that's not linked in the video description box is not me. They are scammers. Please be careful. They steal my content. They steal my name. They even steal my face sometimes. So I'm very adamant about letting everyone know now that I only have one Instagram, one TikTok, and they're linked in the video description box. Be sure that you spell it correctly and there's no additional letters or anything, because they really make it as similar as they can to my actual username. If you want to purchase any personal services or readings from me, Instagram is the place to do it. Along with my twin flame manifestation affirmations, there are 2 versions. All of that information is in the video description box as well. So I do hope to see you on my other platforms. I post little short readings on Instagram and TikTok every single day. So if you want more content from me, definitely join both places. What I post on Instagram does not ever go on TikTok. And what I post on TikTok also now does not go on Instagram. So both platforms have 2 very different readings, but I do post on both of them daily. So I hope to see you there as well. Thank you so much. And if you would like for me to be able to channel more hyper-specific messages for you and your situation, as for my regular viewers you see happens at random times, be sure that you are subscribed to this channel and that you like these videos. By liking and subscribing, you are energetically transferring, you are transferring your energy to me virtually, and I'm able to pick up on it more clearly. So definitely be sure to double check and make sure you are subscribed, and be sure to hit like so that I can do that for you here on this platform. Again, thank you. Have a beautiful night, you guys.